Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I have another player for you guys to meet today. His name is Jaylon Allen. He's an outside linebacker at the University of Memphis. Nice to have you, buddy.
Appreciate you being here. Yes, sir. Appreciate being here.
Gotcha. So, again, outside linebacker at a Memphis, was an all-conference athlete this past season. Obviously, finished up and looking to hopefully here very soon make a impact and show that he belongs in the NFL here very soon. So, Jaylon, if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and get us started.
Like y'all heard, my name is Jaylon Allen. I'm from Humble, Texas. I went to a Tennessee high school, graduated in 2018, and headed to Memphis that 2018 May as a blue shirt. And yep, pretty much how it started.
Interesting. I for a second there, like it took me a little bit of time to figure out how to pronounce your high school's name. Atascocita, I think is how it's said. High school there in Humble, Texas. According to my notes, in addition to some football, you also did some wrestling. Did you do any other sports back in the day?
I did track for 1 year, but it wasn't really my thing. Wrestling kind of stuck and hit home. I like the unity with the rest of the wrestling team, even though it was a one-on-one sport, just the unity. Uh, and just love. It's gonna sound weird, but love taking people down.
No, nothing weird about it. It's just the physicality and being able to beat somebody one on one. Um, Certainly, wrestling does sort of help. Also, as a football player, I would imagine. So being able to literally take people down to the ground certainly translates well. So you said that you did a little bit of track wrestling, obviously some football. And that's obviously the sport that you have really put the most time and effort into over the past
Hmm.
several years, really. How long have you played football?
I started in fifth grade. Started fifth grade. Now step pops, he had put me in football and showed me the ropes. I played in a small town called Dayton, right outside of Houston, maybe 40 minutes.
Gotcha. So, did you always play like on the edge, or how was that growing up?
Oh no, back then I was all around. I was running back, kickoff returner, anything you need me to do, I was there, there to do it. But I played some defense back in the day. I played some edge back in the day, but I was playing more linebacker, just stuff like that, just anywhere you put me.
Gotcha. So, how long has it been since you've scored a touchdown?
Last year, not this past year, but the year before that. So it's not that long ago.
That's good to know, man. It's good because obviously, as a defensive player, you want to be able to get turnovers and
Mhm.
make an impact. So it's nice that you're able, at least, of course, as a defensive player, to get a touchdown. I always ask that because I'm just kind of wondering. Um,
I only got two under my belt. So
Really.
yes, sir.
Well, cool. That certainly helps things. So let's go ahead and talk about your transition from high school to college. So again, coming out of Humble, Texas, uh, pretty decent high school, and so you definitely get some scouts that are coming in, and I was just kind of wondering how was the recruiting process for you, and how did you
Um,
ultimately decide to go to Memphis?
me myself, it actually wasn't. I feel like schools can be sometimes too big, and I feel like my school's kind of one of them. Schools in Texas can sometimes be too big, just too. It's so much talent. So I definitely didn't, doubt anybody or have any regrets from how I was recruited or thought I should have been recruited more. It just, that's how the dice roll for me, and I take it as it is. But I wasn't recruited that heavy. I've had four offers coming out of high school: University of Arkansas, Las Vegas, Nevada, um, Louisiana Monroe. And I believe it was like a month or two before signing day. My coach is Coach Dickey. He had a brother named Coach Dickey that was at Memphis at the time. And he had came to practice one day. And this practice, I was having one of the best practices of my life. Just like sack after sack. Uh, Me and this guy named Kenyon Green used to go at it. all the time. He plays for the Texans now. So he was a pretty big recruiter. We were going at it that day, just getting each other better. Not expecting nothing more than the less. And after practice, Coach Dickey from Memphis came up to me. He was like, "Hey man, you're a hell of a player. Is there any way, what offers do you have?" So I told him what offers I had, and he offered me a scholarship right then. So he offered me that scholarship, and I went to Memphis. But when I went to Memphis, I was a blue shirt. Like I said earlier, a lot of people don't know what a blue shirt is. Blue shirt just means when you go there, you're not on scholarship immediately. You have to work for your scholarship. You have to prove that you're ready for your scholarship. So I did that for the first summer. Coming into fall camp, they told me that I was a part of the team. I did all my initial work that I need to do. So that was great. That felt like I won everything. But that was just really the first battle. So I got there, I was like sixth string or something like that. Like I think I was at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom depth chart. Slowly worked my way up. And then my redshirt sophomore year, I got my first chance. It was a fumble recovery against Houston, and that's just the beginning. It's a whole other story behind that. But the short version, it was a fumble recovery against Houston. I ran it back 89 yards. That was the second longest fumble return in Mets football history. And since then, I just been starting. The year after that, which was COVID, after that year was COVID. And then the year after that, I just, been a leader on the team, been a captain, and just really gave it everything I had since I've, got that shot. I think I'm not gonna, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
advantage.
Well, hey, definitely kind of understand, what you're talking about. I mean, you get there and let's just face it, there's a lot of guys at Memphis that have come out of Memphis at the linebacker position. So I mean, you're stuck behind some people. You have to kind of wait your turn, and eventually you become a part of that crew there. And I was just kind of thinking, with just sort of the whole dynamic with your guys' defense there, that maybe perhaps they would be moving you around some because you kind of are. A unique type of athlete where you can be a linebacker, you can be an edge rusher. Talk a little bit about how you were utilized there at Memphis.
Well, when I was at Memphis, we had four different defensive schemes. So I did play a little linebacker, a little. It was more my younger years, but I played more inside, more outside. I did both. So it was just a lot of moving pieces. But I think that now, because now it seems like I'm able to adapt quicker. I'm able to adapt faster than other people just because I've seen so many different defensive. I played in four eyes. I played in space. I played wheel. I played different positions. So it seemed to benefit me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that that's something that is, worth worth a lot. Again, you being able to play several positions. Other than that sort of versatility, what do you feel sets you apart from the rest of the other prospects at your position?
What sets me apart? It's a lot that sets me apart, but I think one thing that sets me apart is just being a gritty man, being a gritty guy, just being in Memphis and being able to know like I might not get it the first time I tried or even the 50th time I tried, but I'm not gonna stop trying. I'm gonna give it everything I have. I bring energy to the locker room or any situation I'm in, down 50 or up one. So it's just that type of mindset I hold myself to and the type of work that I'll be prepared to come into any work field with.
Gotcha. And what about special teams? Talk to me about your involvement in special teams and really your attitude towards it.
Well, since I didn't play a lot my younger years, I was really involved in special teams pretty heavily. And coming from 2018 when I got there to even when I was starting, I was on pretty much every special team. Kickoff return, punt return. I was a shield at one point. I was a guard. I was front line. I was back line, kickoff. So I pretty much do all the special teams. Whatever they needed me to do, I was able to do it. And I say do it pretty well. But I feel like I did that, and that was also come my first shots. Coaches trusted me and trusted me to put me in these positions where special teams can make and break it. So I appreciate them for trusting me.
Yeah, so again, maybe not this, not recently, but I mean, you have been an asset on special teams, especially in your early years. So, but of course, team leader and captain there for Memphis, and here lately, you guys have had some good seasons. This past year, you guys went 10-3, which
Mm.
I feel like obviously, I mean, you want to win them all, but obviously you didn't. But of course, solid year. Talk about this past season for you, and uh, if there was anything left on the table, basically is what I'm getting at. What did you get the most out of this last season of yours of college football?
I feel like this last season taught me a bunch that I can't really take back, but I love learning. So this last season definitely taught me a bunch. It was more of a slower start for me, I feel like. But it is what it is. Just learn from the mistakes that I made and keep pushing forward. So I feel like this season was good though. I feel like it really opened some eyes. It really showed some different versatility for me that I haven't shown in a while. So but this season was pretty good. Just learned a lot of lessons.
And a lot of good talent around you if we're being real. Can you I don't know, enlighten everybody a little bit who has yet to see? I mean, maybe perhaps some of the guys that you've been around over your years.
Um Bryce Huff, Kenneth Gainwell, Antonio Gibson. I see the Washington Commanders flag.
He ain't there
Um,
anymore.
yeah, he's not there anymore. He's for the Patriots. Um, couple guys on the CFL, DeMonte Coxey, Trayvon Tate, back to the NFL, Calvin Austin, Jannard Avery, Curtis Watkins. It is a couple guys. It's a couple guys. Mainly some running backs, Daryl Henderson, Tony Pollard. Those all were pretty big guys when I was coming in. So yeah, I've seen a lot of guys.
I mean, definitely churning out some running backs, and you're playing against those guys like on a fairly regular basis. And again, the linebacking core in general, I do feel you guys have a very good set of people there. Um, who is coming up in that program that we need to know for next season?
Chandler Martin. Chandler Martin, I have a DN Kamonte Hamilton. So those are my guys. Those are my guys. Those are definitely some guys that's gonna make some big impacts this year coming up here.
Good. And you've already talked about some of your best moments as a player there for Memphis. Again, we talked very early on about you scoring a couple touchdowns, getting some fumble recoveries and such of that nature. Walk me through one of those plays, if you don't mind. Maybe, whichever one is your favorite to share.
I have a couple that's my favorite. Last year, not this past year, but the year before that was when I got my second touchdown. It was a interception against North Texas. On the 20-yard line, they were coming out. I jumped into coverage. I was a low hook player, and they had double slants on each side. So I was just reading the quarterback eyes. He went past the first slant, and then the second slant, Greg Rubin tipped it, and I just got a phone recovery, or not a phone recovery, interception, and then ran it back for a little touchdown. So that was a good moment. This past year, I had a strip sack against North Texas again. That was a good moment for me. I really enjoyed that moment. What other moments? It was a pretty good year. It was a pretty powerful moments. So
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, it sounds as if you've had a lot of great moments where you're really truly impacting the outcome of the game. If we're being honest, I mean, you're able to go out there and get some turnovers, interceptions, fumble recoveries, all these other things that you've been able to do during your time, which has really given you a solid resume as a prospect moving forward. And so you finished up your time there at Memphis, and then what, man? Basically, what you've been doing over the past few months, man? Where you been training, and what's going on with you?
that's also been my favorite time so far. So I've been in Fresno, California, over at this spot called Athletic Performance. It's run by David. Don't know David's last name, but he's my guy. Uh, David and Jeremy, we was over there. We was doing excellent work. They taught me so much from running to lifting weights and how to lift 225. I came in there, I did 225 18 times, and at pro day I did 225 26 times. So yeah, they definitely taught me a lot of techniques. Got me a lot stronger, got me a lot faster. So yeah, it was great.
So, I was gonna ask you, what's your current height and weight these days, man? I mean, what are we looking at when we're looking at you?
I'm two. I just weighed myself out 246.7, and then I think they listed me at 6'2.3 and a half. So almost 6'3". You know, I call myself 6'3", but hey, you know,
Well, on the driver's license, it's 6'3". So, I mean,
yeah,
that's fair. So, almost 6'3", 246 pounds, and like you said, pumped out 26 reps on the 225 bench, which is a really respectable number. Also did a 10-foot 4-inch broad jump, which is also a really good number for a guy. Talk about your pro day if you don't mind. Talk through really what you feel like you did.
uh, the pro day was a little different just because they removed it a little bit faster than what the time sheet said. But I felt like my pro day was good, man. I didn't feel nervous at all. I felt more nervous in Fresno performing in front of the other guys and to compete with those guys. They just felt like having fun, having a workout. So I feel like when I came in with that mindset, everything kind of came into place. Everything was right how it should be. From the bench to the vertical, broad, everything. I just felt good. I felt like, okay, this is my time. I've been working for this. There's no reason to be shy. These guys, they know you. You don't know them, but hopefully you get to turn some heads. You get to show them how hard you've been training. And I've always been, not unrecruited, but I've always been kind of looked over my whole life. So never been a problem because I always found a way. But I'm like, yeah, this is another chance to show guys, show scouts, show anybody that you're here. And, you can make an impact just as well as anybody.
Gotcha. And most times the scouts already know who you are and all those other drills and such. I mean, they just kind of confirm more or less what they already know. Or
Mhm.
sometimes they'll say, hey, this guy did this, and let me go back and look at the film. So I'm sure during your time you probably spoke to at least a handful of scouts, didn't you? I mean, you have any interviews, during your pro day?
Yes, I did. And I talked to a handful of them, but I was just trying to make sure all of them knew my name by the time I left.
Gotcha. Give us a little teaser, man. Drop a couple of team names if you don't mind. I mean, who'd you talk to?
Um, who didn't I talk to, man? It was a lot of guys coming up to me after. I feel like I definitely turned some heads. Definitely. I don't know if they were looking at me already, but I know they're looking at me now. But I want to say NFC East teams from the Broncos and the Jaguars, and I really got to get more knowledge of my NFL teams and where they're located.
Yeah, yeah, no,
But
I get you.
yeah,
So but a little bit from everywhere. And let's just kind of you know, say that kind of as a whole. But I mean, some people local, some people out west, out east, and
definitely.
definitely a decent amount of interest out of the NFL, which is good. It's good that they already know who you are, and you went out there and basically showed them that hey. I can do this and I can move very well. So, Jaylon, I think you put yourself in a decent position right now. I mean, I know some people are thinking, hey, this guy could be a good asset to our team. We can maybe sneak him onto our roster, and figure out what to do with him whenever we get him. You know how it is. But uh, Jaylon, want to take a few minutes just to meet you outside of football. Don't know if there's anything else about you that you want to share, anything that others might find interesting, fun facts, or special talents, or again, anything you're passionate about, man. We can talk for a little bit.
I don't think I have any special talents. I've been fishing for a while, big fisherman. I've never been able to outfish my friends, but sometimes I just like being out there, catching some bass, catching some bluegill, some perch, little things of that sort. But I just really like the peacefulness. I really like just to be outside, be in nature. Me and my dad, we love catching some redfish and some trout. Me and the Jaguar Scott was talking about that, and catching trout and redfish. Trout. I never caught a trout. Flounder and redfish. But yeah, it's so many things out there that I like to do, man. I like to just be outside, enjoy nature. I'm surprised you didn't catch me outside sometime. But outside, enjoying nature. Most people don't know I can grill. So I had an NIL deal with this local grill company in Memphis. So I've now a GMG, LMG pellet style grill. So that's really nice. It's super fancy, got all the buttons and whistles on it. So it's really great. Um, yeah, man, that's all I pretty much be doing. If I'm not in the house, I'm outside playing or doing something, man.
Hey, no, that's cool. So you consider yourself somewhat of an avid fisherman. Do you cook what you catch, or how does that work?
I definitely will. Some laws in Texas and Tennessee won't let you just cook everything you catch. But if I catch me a good
Well,
slab,
it's got to be at least this long or whatever.
yeah.
It's got to be in season. I mean, hey, I get all that. So, I'm just curious as to, if you're, kind of versed in that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I definitely am. Oh yeah, I definitely am. Me and my pops, man, that's my right hand man. We didn't done it all together. So we didn't catch and cook, and we didn't caught some and release them. So it just depends on what we're looking for and how many we catching that day.
Gotcha. See if I can ask you at least one more question that's non-football related, just for fun. Maybe two. Favorite superhero?
Hulk.
Hulk. I like that one. That one's good. Do you have let's see here. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a girl, American bully. Her name is Gemini. Gemini Allen.
Nice. I like that name. That's a good name for a
Thank
pet.
you.
So, um, let's see. Is there any celebrity that you would love an opportunity to meet, whether it be a singer or an actor or an athlete? Like, is there a celebrity you'd love a chance to meet?
I just met Max Crosby, and I was trying to contain, my excitement because I'm like, oh, I can't like this is a normal guy, just like me. But it was really cool meeting Max Crosby. I feel like that was definitely a celebrity. Like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a guy I want to meet. So when I met him, kept it cool, made sure everybody was cool, like I was cool, But that was really a top guy. I was like, okay, this is really real. Like I have a chance to do it now.
That's definitely fun. You get to the next level and hopefully have a chance to face some of these NFL elite players. Is there perhaps a quarterback that you'd like to get one on, whether it be a sack or an interception?
Hmm. Can there be a quarterback going to the NFL?
That's fair. We can do that too.
Well, I played Clayton Tune a couple times with Houston, and I never he kept avoiding me. So I definitely love to get a sack with him. Caleb from USC, I don't know. I just think he's a hell of a player. So I feel like if I make an impact on him, I feel like I really make an impact on a. It could be a generational player. You never know. So I
Well,
feel like
we'll
those.
see. He's obviously going to end up being one of the top guys selected in this upcoming draft. But Jaylon, hopefully here very soon, you're going to be playing alongside guys such as him, and you know uh, be playing in the NFL. So let's go ahead and close up our time. Again, we have a guy who can do a whole lot of different things for programs. So uh, tell them why you would make a great addition if they took a chance on you and brought you in. So go ahead and close us up with your thoughts.
Okay, well, first, I feel like you should take a chance with me, man. If you haven't already, I'm a good guy. I love doing what's best for the team. Um, extremely good at just bringing the energy, bringing the excitement. I'm gonna come to work every day and leave it all out there, man. If you need someone who's versatile, who you can throw in any spot and know he'll be all right, then go and holler at me, and I'll be your man. So
Yeah,
yes, sir.
definitely feel like you can do a lot. Be an edge rusher, be a stand-up guy, can drop back into coverage, be a good, contributor on special teams. And even if they need you to, maybe like on a an offensive thing, we could throw you out there on offense as a fullback, maybe if they
Fullback, you know I
tight
can
end,
do.
maybe.
Yes,
Um,
sir. Wow.
special teamer too. But Jaylon, I know you can do a lot, and want to wish you all the best. I know these days are kind of, you know, we're kind of up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. So, but I do, wish you all the best. All right.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Once again, we got with us Jaylon Allen. He is an outside linebacker out of Memphis. Check
Yes,
him out.
sir.